Hello guitar players and Mesa Boogie rectifier owners out there. Welcome to the YouTube channel of my company, Unosonic Sound and Design, Bavaria, Germany. Today I like to present you what I modified in the electronics of my Mesa Boogie Road King amp to make it sound even a little better, to eliminate acoustical problems, to give an easier overview over all the knobs and switches. First part of the modifications is presented in this video. The rest will be introduced in another video, both on my YouTube channel. So here is an overview what's presented in today's video. First modification, input attenuator in clean channel. Second modification, high pass filter in clean channel, perhaps better known as low cut. Third modification, low cuts in channel 3 and 4. Surely you already recognized the absolute unique appearance. In my version, the amp's front is no longer aluminum, it's semi-transparent Acryllglas with checker plate optic now. With over 200 LED lights, a special random generator, optical lenses plus diffusers, this incredible fire flame effect is generated. If you are interested, there is already a separate YouTube video on my channel to present you the optical modifications I built into and around this amp. Makes it look absolutely unique and eye-catching. First modification, input attenuator. Into channel 1, usually used for clean sounds, I built in an adjustable input attenuator. Perhaps you have already recognized two different input connectors at the bass player's amp. One for passive pickups, the other for active pickups. Of course, there are active pickups at guitars too. Deliver more signal, especially when the battery is good, compared with passive pickups. At this rectifier amp, the signal from the input connector runs directly into the first tube stage, with no electric component in this pass. So it may happen, if you do really hard picking, that ugly distortion will appear, sounding like gunshots, known from overdriven transistors. Important, this can not be influenced by the gain control, because this is built in later in the signal pass. So no question, the input signal from the guitar has to be reduced. To eliminate this, first idea, reduce at the guitar's volume control. But serious question, when using a 4-channel amp, shouldn't it be possible to change into the clean channel without leveling at the guitar? In my opinion, it definitely must be possible. So here is my solution. I built a potentiometer into the amp's signal pass after the input connector to adjust the input signal here in the identical way it would happen with the volume control in the guitar itself. This trimmer is located nearby the gain control, operated with your fingernail. Now you can calibrate your special guitar with active pickup to the amp. But what happens if you change to another of your guitars with passive pickups? Input signal could be too low now when running through this input attenuator. Solution. The input attenuator in channel 1 is activated by pulling the replaced gain controller knob. A blue LED beside will light to indicate attenuation active. Pushing this gain knob will bring you back to the original setup. So blue LED beside goes out. When leaving channel 1 by selecting another channel, this attenuator is generally out of the circuit. It won't influence channel 2, 3 and 4 anyhow, where maximum signal from an active pickup is wanted. Second modification, I also built a high pass filter, perhaps better known as low cut, into the signal path of channel 1, usually used for clean sounds. Low cut is activated by pulling the replaced bass controller knob. A blue LED beside indicates active status. My intention behind: achieve a very fat clean sound out of a 4x 12-inch cabinet without too much low end. Surely you know the problem when playing loud. In channel 1 clean mode it is impossible to pick the thick E string open. It's too loud compared to the other strings and will perhaps tend to feedback. Reducing at the channel bass controller knob makes it better, but not optimal. If you reduce very much here, the low end behavior will be alright, but you also lose the fat low mids, let's say around 200 Hz. Not good in my opinion. Why do I use and carry a 4x 12-inch cabinet when it sounds like a single 12-inch now? The AMS channel 1 bass controller starts working at 350 Hz, reducing all frequencies below. It's a simple passive circuit with not very steep slope. Passive tone control means further on, boost is not possible, only reduce. That's why the scaling of such passive tone controls does not have the neutral position at 12 o'clock. Neutral is at the fully cranked up position here. Contemplating from the 350 Hz starting point of the bass controller, this not very steep slope of just -6 dB per octave will reach a reduction of 6 dB at 175 Hz, maybe reduction of only 12 dB at 90 Hz. To understand this logarithmic decibel scale, reducing level about -10 dB will be recognized as half sound pressure level from our ears. So, the bass controller in the AMS channel is not really able to solve the described low-end problem. First, it does not reduce the low-end effective enough. Second, it reduces the low mids too. My solution: a switchable low cut at a lower starting frequency with much steeper 18 dB per octave slope. So the precious low mids out of a 4x 12-inch cabinet are still present, but the real low end is reduced very effective now. Now I like to give you a sound example of this low cut. Using an ESP Aero guitar with the most usual active pickup configuration for heavy metal, EMG 81 at the bridge, EMG 85 at the neck. No tone control in the guitar. Using a 4x 12-inch cabinet with vintage 30 chassis made in England. So, after a lot of words, here are some sound examples. Starting with the input attenuator in channel 1, used for clean sounds. Hard picking with the bridge pickup creates some distortion in the clean sound. Now I activate the input attenuator and lower the input signal by turning the trimmer down. Lower distortion in the clean sound now. The bridge pickup sounds too thin and shrill, so I use the 85 pickup at the neck. Volume full cranked up on the guitar. Warm sounding with a lot of low end. At higher sound pressure level, perhaps no more controllable. Surely you ask, Why channel bass control is fully cranked up? Because this is the neutral position of a passive tone control, with no reducing any frequency, especially not the low mids. I explained this above. Now I activate the new low cut by pulling the bass controller knob. Much better low-end behavior with the low mids still here, but still a little bit too much low end. Additional reducing at the channel bass controller brings me to the goal. Sorry, I'm not a very good guitar player. Of course, you could do better, but I hope it will do for this demonstration. Third modification. In channel 3 and 4 I built in low cuts too, activated over the replaced push-pull bass controllers. The bass controllers in this pair of channels behave a little different. The starting point is deeper, but still passive, with only -6 dB steepness. Reducing the bass with this controller does not affect the low mids much, but still reducing the low end not really effective. If my new low cut in here is activated, it works only at the very low end. More feeling than hearable. It means that the effect can be best recognized when playing loud. When your trousers start shaking while you are playing the pumping tone of a balm-muted E string. Only the feeling part of the sound is reduced by my new low cut. What remains is still very fat, but with more, let's say, tonal low end. Following a sound example for low cut in channel 3. It's difficult to record and demonstrate this effect here. Sorry. Also difficult to hear and judge for you when hearing this video over the smartphone speakers or earplugs. The feel-level low end is not reproduced, so the effect is not noticeable. At the end, I would claim to say I can build these modifications into every tube amp. Hopefully you like some of my modifications. And perhaps you will give a commission to my company, Unosonic Sound and Design, to pimp up your amp or cabinet too. No matter what brand or age your amp is. No matter what's in your imagination. Unosonic Sound and Design will work it out. I got tons of ideas around guitar amps and cabinets. A lot of them are already worked out and ready for presentation. Do you need a special design for a new tour or a music video? Don't hesitate to contact me. So perhaps you are touring through Bavaria, Germany? I would be glad to come to the venue to present and talk to you. At least I allow to introduce myself. My name is Uwe Nonnenmacher, 58 years old. I am a certified electrician and sound technician. Meanwhile, 45 years working as sound engineer plus former owner of a sound and light rental company. Building and modifying a lot of gear over the past years. And I am a hobby guitar player and heavy metal fan. Servus from Bavaria, Germany.